What's up, guys? Years ago, about 7 years now, since my parents passed away. I was 19 years old. I'm 26 now. My parents passed away. My life changed upside down. I moved out. I went to a new city alone. I never been there before. I was working a job I didn't really like, night shift. Didn't really have any friends. Life completely changed. Now, it completely changed because I had a mom and dad. I had 5 siblings. I went to church every Sunday. I would come home after school, after my sports events, and I would have dinner ready for me by my mother. I would have my dad drive me to my baseball games. I would have my family there to play video games with. I had a TV in the living room. I had a little pet cat. Once I had a little dog. And I had all of this. I drove my mom's car. Life was great. And all of a sudden, turns on its head. Now that's life, okay? And that's going to happen to every single one of you. You're going to lose your parents. You're going to have to deal with going out on your own. And let me tell you this. A lot of you, I don't know if you're going to be ready for that. Just like me, I wasn't ready for it. And I only tell you that, not as a superior. I'm on the same fucking page as you. I have to deal with the same stuff that you guys deal with every day. I'm not elite. I'm not better. I don't got all my shit together. I'm still trying to figure this out. And this is why I'm making this video, is because when you do have to go on your own, you're faced with taking complete responsibility for your life. Now, as a child, you have that tribe, you have that family, right? We come from this tribe mentality, everyone together, everyone helping each other. That's what the family is. And you really notice that strongly in different cultures, Serbian culture, Middle East, Ukrainians, Russians. I notice a very, very family-oriented culture there. And when you get to America, it seems less so. But we have it in other ways. It shows up in other ways. And so you're faced with, I have to take responsibility for my life. And maybe no one's ever told you that, but you do feel that deep down, because now you have bills to pay. You got to feed yourself. You got to drive yourself. No one's there to show you love. You got to make friends. You got to make your life what you want it to be. Okay, so you go out, and what you're presented with is freedom, a mass amount of freedom. No one's telling you what you have to do. No one's setting your alarm clock for you, waking you up for school. You have to do that yourself. And so what we're faced with now is always being free. We have so much freedom. America, the land of the free, right? We're individual, and so we're free. And what happens is that when you're free, you have to figure out what to do. You have to take responsibility for the time that you have this freedom to do something with your life that's going to make you happy. And so the nasty face of resistance shows up. Resistance, this term was coined in one of my favorite books. It's called The War of Art by Steven Pressfield. I've read it several times. I'm going to read it 100 more. It's one of my favorite books. If you're in the Monk Mode digital box, you will know that we're reading that this month. Okay, so again, I highly urge you to go out and get it. It's about 3 hours long. You can read it in a day, and it will just shatter and make you think. Your perception of life will change. So the resistance occurs when you have this freedom, when you feel as a man or a woman that there is something that you should be doing. It is your work. It is you're an entrepreneur now. You're trying to start something. You're trying a young startup, trying to make it grow, a young business plan. It shows up when you're trying to get clean from drugs. It shows up when you're trying to change your mindset. You've been real negative. It shows up when you're trying to do something with your life, when you're trying to create, the writer, the artist, making videos. It shows up in trying to paint. It shows up in trying to create anything, trying to get a better physique, trying to eat better food. It shows up when you are doing work, and when you know that there is work to be done. Okay, so with that freedom that you have the obligation to use that time to do something. And now I'm going to read to you guys a couple of ways that resistance shows up. And I think the first one that I went through was a very insidious thing. You have to understand, resistance is this enemy that is within you. It's not some external force. It's inside of you, and it causes you to feel something that blocks you from doing the important things. And the first thing that I felt was depression. I discovered depression, and soon after, anxiety. I don't know why. I did not know why. I thought I was fucked up. Or I thought I was just a miserable person, kind of had a hard life, fucked up now. Depression, anxiety, but that was a lie. It's not. It only shows up because I didn't know what to do with my time now that I had complete freedom. And so I'm going to read to you guys. I was, writing these things down, how it shows up. How resistance shows up in our lives. Stress over a relationship. Now, yeah, you can have bad relationships, but if you're always worried about your girl cheating on you, if you always think that your girl is using Snapchat to send nudes, and if you're always questioning her what she's doing, if you're always concerned with her cheat on you, that is a form of resistance. Now you say, how? Think about it. Think about what you're not doing, what you need to do. It's not that important. A relationship, they do come and go. Eventually you'll find someone, you work it out. But like to always be stressed over that, you're dramatizing, okay? Envy and jealousy shows up. When we see someone that's doing better than us, it's easier to take the eyes off ourselves, put it on them, think, oh, they're just really good looking. Oh, that guy's good looking, gets a girl, he's gay. He's gay. Oh, this guy, he was born into wealth. Oh, yeah, Jeff Bezos, when he, back in 91, 98, when he was sitting at that little desk, he was already worth 10 billion. It's like, dude, envy and jealousy, we gotta check ourselves. Number 3, hate. Hate is a very insidious one, and I guarantee you can check this out. Go to the gym and do abs. Do a muscle that you don't normally do. This is another way resistance shows up in a lagging body part, especially if you've been working out for years. I'm guilty of this, guys. I'm not perfect. My calves, small. You know why? I neglected them. The resistance took over. You know what? Abs. Never had the greatest abs. Why? Put them towards the end. Never did them. Let the resistance take over. Don't do abs. Not that important. I rationalize. Another form of resistance. Rationalization. All right? Procrastination. The resistance. But go to the gym and do something that you hate. Something that you don't normally do. And I guarantee you, it's easier to, when you're doing those abs, people piss you off a little bit more. Someone over there is getting your way. Why is that guy curling in the squat rack? Look at this guy. Look at how he's dressed. Look at this girl. What's she doing? It's like, dude, why are you doing that? You're there to change your body, not to judge. And so I'm telling you, it shows up easily when you're doing the hard stuff. So moving on here, clutter. And clutter shows up, I've been guilty of this one. I just let the dishes pile up. And man, it's like, what the fuck? But eventually, when I was in that depressed stage, because I didn't know what to do, I started to get a routine. And then I went to the gym. And then I started reading books that really got my mind right. And then it was easier to do the dishes. I would just do the dishes. I had this energy. I'm like, I'm doing what I know to do. I'm doing these little things slowly but surely. I'm not saying, guys, you need to know what you need to do for your life. Maybe you don't have your purpose. It's coming. You will find it. Just keep going, okay? The apathy that causes the clutter, this depression that you're feeling, don't stop searching. Don't let it blanket your fire. Staying in bed, right? Staying in bed a little bit longer than necessary. Oh, I need to just stay in bed. No, it's get up and move. Get up and move. Video games. Obvious reason. Video games, escape. Facebook, drugs. Now, this is a weird, drugs especially. Look, drugs, here's a pill. Here's something to get you out of that apathetic state. Okay? Boom. Video games, it's a drug. It's like, okay, and I'm gonna get a lot of slack for this, I'm sure, in the comments. And I'm not saying, listen to this. I'm saying, people are gonna say, oh, well, what's the point of life? To always just work, work, work? What about, enjoying yourself? Enjoy yourself. Enjoy yourself. Be happy. You gotta ask yourself, am I happy? If you're enjoying yourself all the time, how the fuck happy are you gonna be? It's like, you can only play video games so much until your ass starts to hurt, your posture starts to suffer, and then your life starts to lag. It's like, you can only be obsessed with football and sports so much before you become unhappy with what you're doing, okay? We gotta check this time here. All right, so we're gonna keep going along. Sex, I'm sure you've been here, I've been here. Just to have sex because you're bored. It's not even out of lust, it's not even out of love. It's just sex to have sex because not sure what to do, kind of having a bored day. And then porn, masturbation, same exact fucking thing, same thing. Narcissism, overly concerned with your looks, always fixing your hair, right? Always in the gym. This was one for me, 6 hours in the fucking gym. Why?